If you're watching this, you're probably in a tough spot right now, and I know how heavy that feels. She's pulling away. The texts have slowed down. Maybe they're dry, one-word replies. Or maybe they've stopped completely, and you're left staring at your phone, waiting for the screen to light up, checking if your notifications are working, wondering if she's even thinking about you at all. Maybe she's ghosted you, disappeared without an explanation, and it's eating you alive inside because the last time you talked felt like things were still good, like there was still a connection, like there was something worth fighting for. Or maybe it's worse, and she straight up told you she's done, that she doesn't see a future, that she's lost feelings, and you feel that sinking. Hollow pressure in your chest every time you replay those words in your mind. It's that restless panic that hits you late at night, making it impossible to sleep. That voice in your head that keeps screaming, "I have to fix this," as if you could somehow say the perfect thing, do the perfect thing, and everything would go back to how it was when she laughed at your jokes and wanted to see you and texted you good morning. So what do? You grab your phone, you type out that long emotional text, telling her how much she means to you, reminding her of the good times, begging for another chance, telling her you'll change, that you'll do whatever it takes, hoping that if she can just see how much you care, she'll realize she made a mistake and come back. Or maybe you think about calling her, hearing her voice, trying to talk her into staying, thinking that if you can just get her to remember how it felt when things were good, she'll snap out of it. But let me tell you the cold, hard truth that no one else will say to you right now. That is the biggest mistake you can make, chasing her, begging for her attention, trying to convince her to stay when she's already pulling away. That's exactly how you push her further away, how you lose yourself, how you drain your own self-respect trying to keep someone who doesn't want to be kept in that moment. It feels like the only option because you're scared to lose her. But that fear is what's making you lose yourself first. And until you understand that, you will keep repeating the same cycle, pushing her further away while destroying your own sense of value in the process. Asterisk your instinct to chase her. She pulls away feels like the most natural thing in the world, and that's exactly why it's so dangerous. It's human nature to want to fix what's broken, to hold on tighter. When you feel something slipping through your fingers, especially when it's someone you care about, you feel that distance. You sense her energy changing, and your mind starts racing, telling you that if you don't act now, you'll lose her forever, and that fear pushes you into a state of panic. So you think maybe if you text her again, maybe if you tell her how much you miss her, remind her how good you were together, she'll remember and come back. Maybe if you show up where she is, talk to her, make her laugh like you used to, she'll change her mind. But the brutal truth is that this instinct to chase is the exact thing that is setting you up to fail. When a woman starts losing interest, when she starts pulling away, she needs space. It might hurt, it might feel unfair, but it's the reality. And when you panic and start blowing up her phone, double texting, checking her stories to see what she's doing, or showing up uninvited, you're not pulling her back in. You're proving her right for pulling away. You're confirming too her that she made the right choice to create distance, because nothing kills attraction faster than desperation. Desperation tells her you don't respect yourself enough to give her space, that your entire world revolves around her, and that energy is suffocating, not attractive. Women don't respect men who chase them, who put them on a pedestal while ignoring their own needs and dignity. They don't feel pulled toward men who beg for attention or validation. They feel drawn to men who have standards, who have a backbone, who know their worth, and who have the confidence to walk away when they are not being valued. It's in that moment when you choose to step back instead of chasing, when you choose silence over desperation, that you reclaim your power and respect in her eyes, even if she doesn't say it out loud. When you stop trying to convince her to stay and let her feel your absence, you give her the only thing that can truly shift the dynamic space and the reality of losing you, because people only truly appreciate what they might lose, and if there is any real interest left in her, she will notice your absence. And if she doesn't, that tells you exactly what you need to know. Either way, you win, because you stop disrespecting yourself for someone who isn't showing you the same energy. And that decision alone will change everything about how you show up, not just for her, but for yourself. Asterisk. No contact is one of the hardest but most powerful moves you can make when she pulls away. And it's not about playing games or trying to manipulate her into missing you. It's about shifting your mindset, stepping back, and refusing to chase someone who isn't putting in effort for you. It's about reclaiming your power, your self-respect, and your focus. And it begins with a simple but challenging rule. You stop reaching out completely. No texts, no calls. No checking her stories or liking her posts to get her attention. No accidentally bumping into her just to have an excuse to talk. Nothing. You go completely silent. And in that silence, you allow yourself to breathe. Again, to pull your energy back, to stop leaking your emotional power into someone who isn't valuing it. When she reaches out, you don't jump on your phone the second you see her name pop up. You don't drop everything to respond just because. You're craving her attention. You don't engage in pointless small talk to keep a dying connection alive. You stay calm, measured, and focused on yourself, and you respond only if it serves your peace, not your anxiety. Why does this work? Because when you're always available, you become predictable, and what's predictable loses value in people's eyes. When you step back, you create space, and in that space, she will start to wonder why you're not reaching out, why you've gone quiet, why you've stopped chasing. She questioned whether she made the right decision. She'll remember. The way you made her feel and the moments you shared will come back to her. But this time without your desperation attached to it. Curiosity will turn into uncertainty, and uncertainty will make her realize that your presence was not guaranteed, that your attention was a privilege, not a right. But even if she doesn't reach out, that's not a loss. No contact isn't about forcing her to come back. It's about you regaining your strength and breaking the cycle of emotional dependence. It's about reclaiming your time, your mental clarity, your energy, and your sense of self. You stop sitting around, waiting for her validation, and you stop handing over your dignity just to keep her around. You show her and yourself that you don't need her validation to feel whole. If she valued you, she will notice your absence and feel the difference without you in her life. And if she doesn't, then she was never truly yours to begin with. And you free yourself to make space for someone who will value you without you having to beg for it. Either way, you win. Asterisk. So what do you do instead of chasing her? Instead of blowing up her phone or sitting around in your room feeling stuck, waiting for her to change her mind? You build yourself up. You shift every ounce of that anxious, restless energy into creating the strongest version of yourself. Because this is the moment where you choose whether you stay stuck begging for someone else's validation or you step into the life you are meant to live. Start by expanding your mind. Read books that challenge how you think. Books on psychology, business, history, philosophy, human behavior, things that sharpen you and teach you how the world actually works. The more you learn, the more confident and grounded you become. And trust me, people notice that shift in your energy. Then, upgrade your style. Go get a fresh haircut, clean up your beard, invest in clothes that fit you properly, and take care of your grooming. When you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you carry yourself differently. It's not about impressing her or anyone else. It's about respecting yourself enough to present your best self to the world. Next, improve your social skills. Not by sitting behind your screen, sending random DMs, but by actually going out and talking to people. Go to new places, meet new people, start conversations, practice being present and confident in social settings. Social confidence is a cheat code in life, and the more you practice, the less you will fear rejection, because you will know that your value doesn't depend on one person's opinion of you. Challenge yourself physically and mentally. Take up boxing, martial arts, running, or lifting weights. Sign up for that class you've been putting off. Learn to play an instrument, learn a new skill, build something with your hands. Do things that push you past your comfort zone, because growth does not happen where you are comfortable. And finally, break your routine. Take a solo trip. Even if it's just a weekend in a new city. Go hiking, explore new places, experience new things that create stories you can carry with you for life. You are not doing these things to make her notice you again. You are doing these things because you owe it to yourself to become the best, most capable version of you. And the ironic part is when she sees you evolving, she sees you living a life that is bigger than waiting around for her, she will feel that shift. She will notice that you are no longer chasing, that you are no longer available at her convenience. And that's when the dynamic changes. It's not because you're trying to manipulate her, but because you've finally chosen yourself over everything else. Asterisk, self-respect is everything, and it's the foundation for how people will treat you, especially women. It's not just about telling yourself you have value. It's about showing it in every action, every decision, and every boundary you set. When a woman decides to walk away or loses interest, and you go chasing after her, begging for her to come back, sending long emotional texts, or trying to convince her why she should stay, what you're really telling her is that your entire sense of worth depends on her approval. You're showing her that she can leave, ignore you, disrespect your time, and you will still be there, waiting with open arms, ready to accept the bare minimum. That isn't strength, it's weakness, and deep down, she knows it, even if she doesn't say it. A man who truly respects himself does not need to beg for someone to stay. He does not feel the need to convince someone of his worth because he knows that his value is not tied to whether or not she sees it in that moment. A man with self-respect has standards, and those standards mean he will not tolerate being treated as an option while he treats someone as a priority. He will not continue pouring energy into someone who has made it clear through their actions that they are not willing to do the same in return. When you start living with this mindset, you become unshakable. You move through life knowing that if someone wants to leave, they can leave. And you will not collapse because your happiness, your purpose, and your confidence are not dependent on their presence. This is not about playing games or pretending to be cold to get a reaction. It's about genuinely understanding that your life does not revolve around any one person, and you will never compromise your dignity for temporary validation. When you embody this energy, women feel it. They sense that you are a man who values himself. It's a man who is willing to walk away when he is not respected, and that energy is magnetic. It makes people respect you, and it makes the right women want to stay because they see that being with you is a privilege, not an obligation. You need to stop giving your power away to someone who doesn't deserve it, and instead, start living in a way that aligns with your highest standards. The right people will always respect you when you respect yourself first, and the wrong people will remove themselves, making space for those who will treat you the way you deserve without you having to beg for it.